Hello and welcome to Wednesday's show. Thank you for being here on the 19th, and thank you for understanding my absence yesterday. If you tuned in or saw my announcement on Monday's show, yes, it was time to get Andrew moved into his new place for what could be the next 2 or 3 years as he finishes up undergrad and who knows what thereafter at the University of Kentucky. It was a very tough, long physical and mental day. It's never easy taking him back. It never is taking him back to school. But I made it back to here, and thank you for being a part of the show. A lot to talk about tonight. We'll get to coverage from fiscal court meeting here and some other information and news to talk about. I want to pass along one thing very importantly first and foremost, and hope that you can pass it along as well. We'll be advertising it in the Sagersville Independent, Big Sandy News, all of our outlets will, as well as social media. But we're looking for some more help here at Independent Signs and Graphics in the sign shop. I'm looking for someone to not just create images to go on signs, banners, car graphics, and the like, who is proficient and experienced in Photoshop and Illustrator, Adobe programs, of course, but who would also have experience or be willing to become experienced in running the wide format printer that produces all of those signs and banners and graphics and everything else that kind of goes along with the sign shop. We're looking for more help. It can either be on a part-time or a full-time basis depending on experience and interest. So please reach out to us if you know someone who is or might be interested. You can contact the Sagersville Independent 349-2915. Reach out to my editor, Heather Oney, on social media, or if you know her personally, do so as well. But looking for some folks to fill a position or positions possibly with independent signs and graphics as soon as possible. Just to let you know, it's Wednesday. The Powerball drawing is tonight. It's over $1 billion. Don't know how much. Does it really matter? This comes on the heels of a $1 million ticket that was sold in Dawson Springs and several $50,000 tickets which were sold during the last drawing Saturday night. One, I think, in Lexington, two in Louisville, if I'm not mistaken. Before we leave, we'll talk about the potential for some severe weather, most importantly, or specifically, tomorrow evening, tomorrow night. We'll have that, of course, your complete updated forecast that you'll need to see in just a few moments. On a weather-related note, the governor today declared a state of emergency for several Kentucky counties, some of which were still recovering from the 2021 tornadoes and most recently impacted by some heavy rain. We know that Carlisle and McCracken and Hickman and Graves counties hit again, and no serious injuries or deaths that I know of, but state of emergency called as those folks have seen some of this recent heavy rain. Speaking of governor or gubernatorial candidates, earlier today, Republican Attorney General of Kentucky, of course, facing off against Governor Beshear in this November's gubernatorial election, Daniel Cameron officially named his running mate for lieutenant governor today as legislator Robbie Mills from Western Kentucky, who is known to be pro-coal, anti-transgender legislation supporting. That's some of his most recent, if you will, platforms, so to speak, and he is now Cameron's running mate. Cameron himself will be here in Sagersville Tuesday of next week around 3:30 in the afternoon. I do not have the rest of the specifics about his stop in Eastern Kentucky, but I know that we're going to probably have a chance to sit down and talk to him then, and I'll find out more about where he's going to be and when, in case the general public would like to be a part of that. Also, I think to no surprise, earlier today, Lieutenant Governor currently Jacqueline Coleman announced that she will be the candidate for re-election alongside Governor Andy Beshear. With that said, stay alongside Your News Today. I'll be right back with the first of our top stories this evening. Coming up this Saturday, and only this Saturday, a complete liquidation auction here in Magoffin County at 108 Donnie Barnett Road, starting promptly at 9:21 a.m. This liquidation auction with no buyer's premium features a D5 dozer with about 2,000 hours, excavators, skylift, Vibromax, hand tools, power tools, and so much more. This Saturday, 9:21 a.m., a liquidation auction at 108 Donnie Barnett Road here in Magoffin County, presented by Brent Tackett Auction Services. There where every day starts, it's made and it ends. From hitting the floor to hitting the road and back, your feet carry the day's duties. And if you're hurting from what might be a work or sports or stress-related fracture you don't even know about, diabetic, or that all too often heel pain that just won't go away, or any type of pain or discomfort or in need of wound care, come to where they care.
Put your best foot forward and come visit our podiatry team. We care about our patients and their feet.
That's Dr. Cheney and her team at Hope Family Podiatry Center next to Hope Family Pediatrics on the Mountain Parkway.
It is time to upgrade, and Appalachian Wireless has an unbeatable offer for you. For a limited time only, Appalachian Wireless is slashing $300 off selected smartphones. Smartphones like the iPhone 14 and Samsung Z Flip and Fold are $300 off with no trade-in required. Visit any Appalachian Wireless store today or go online at AppalachianWireless.com for details and devices. Because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless. Terms and conditions apply. Offer valid while supplies last.
McGoffin Farm Bureau and manager Doug Green are proud to welcome Agent Jeff Salyer to the agency. Jeff's lifelong knowledge of the community and our people make him an immediate asset for all of your auto, home, life, commercial, and retirement investments. They're waiting for your call or visit at McGoffin Farm Bureau.
Johnson Central High School stands alone, providing the most college and career programs of study in one building throughout the entire Commonwealth of Kentucky, including Lexington and Louisville. Pathways ranging from the medical field to engineering, IT, welding, law, and even aviation are among our 27 different choices. Work has also started on a brand new state-of-the-art high school. Every child deserves to experience the power of opportunity. Only available in Johnson County Schools.
The reassurance of getting your medications and over-the-counter needs at Sayersville's oldest and most trusted pharmacy. The convenience of curbside pickup and call-ahead service. And the fact that you can walk in, order to go, or sit down and get gourmet quality hot fudge brownies, nachos, shakes, coffees, hot dogs with homemade sauce, desserts, and more makes it more than your hometown Good Neighbor Pharmacy. It's a destination in downtown Sayersville, Frazier's Prater Drugstore. It doesn't get any sweeter than that. Get great deals on the greatest brands at Conley Tire with up to $150 back on Goodyears, $100 on Hancooks, $100 on Mickey Thompson's, $125 on Yokohamas. And you can always pay now or later. Plus quick service with oil changes, brake jobs, $35 computer diagnostics to fix and repair your ride at Conley Tire and ConleyTire.net. City Council coverage coming up possibly tonight or soon after, beginning tomorrow. We'll have to wait and see. I do have already edited and done coverage of this week's McGoffin County Fiscal Court meeting. Tax rates being set. They did change. We'll tell you which direction they went in a few seconds after some park updates. Beginning with the Battlefield Park, basketball goals and backboards are officially on order. 3 new water hydrants have been installed at the McGoffin County Horse Park to help water the horses, and the track has seen a major update, regraded, wrapped, and resurfaced with Class 1 sand. That will make a very nice addition, a very nice dustless addition to the horse park, which is really becoming a wonderful facility. In other parks, specifically the Ramey Memorial Park here in Sayersville, new security cameras are going to be installed, covering essentially just about all the park later this week. The basketball courts are being restriped, and 13 new benches are being placed throughout the park, with 8 to go. 8 already installed, I think, by the time of the meeting. In financial news, the court approved the incoming sheriff's 2022 settlement of property and franchise taxes, and they also approved real and personal property tax rates for 2023 and 2024, which we have seen historically high in not so many recent years, but over the past few on a slow slope downward, with this year the court following that same trend.
When the Department of Government sent our calculations, the rates are now will be 44. They were 46 last time. So that's so we don't have any changes on their assessment. That'll be a 2-cent decrease on their property tax. Now, if they have a change in assessment, we don't control that. That may make it be the same or more. I don't know, but typically. One quarter of the county is reassessed at a time. So, but this is keep bringing that property tax rate down. When you run the calculation, the personal property rate will be 44 too.
Yeah, we'll up around 50 at one time.
Oh, one time it's 80.
At 80?
Yeah. Well, that 1 year when I was first, second year magistrate, it was 74 to 80 something or something like that. Yeah. So we got them both down to 44.
Oh, that's good.
And this will bring in about the same amount of money to the county.
Yeah, that's really good.
Following that, motor vehicle and watercraft tax rates were set for the upcoming fiscal year and left where they have been since 1983 at 16.3 cents per $100 of valuation. The court approved some surplus items, a 2011 Chevrolet 1500, with an auction set for August the 19th at 9 o'clock. They'll be auctioning off a lot of surplus items. They'll be releasing some of those items in pictures reasonably soon. And then it's back to the Ramey Park for the following discussion. You may have noticed equipment already being seen and moving around the Veterans Monument and Memorial in the Ramey Park, with major renovations to take place, which as of late have become a bit more major, but will add to and make one of the already most impressive veteran monuments in eastern Kentucky much more so.
Once we got the bids in, and the contractor and myself and Lloyd with the DAV and some other DAV members got over there and started trying to lay things out, we wanted to go ahead and do some additional things to help make it look a lot better, because they were going to be tying brand new sidewalks to it, and it just wouldn't look right with that 30-year-old concrete there, and it cracked and busted in some places, and we thought maybe we'd seal it and paint it, but how long is that going to last? So what we've done is had the contractor come back and look at it and give us a price to demo the whole concrete, put new in. And in addition to that, looking at the drains down there and leveling it up while they're doing all the earthwork, getting it on grade, and some additional lighting to shine on the wall. And it overall would be a total change order in the amount of $18,875 that would come out of the cold severance project that we have at the park. It would be in general fund money.
Up next, while I'm gathering a few other details for another top story or two, tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau community calendar. A lot of announcements and a few birthdays. Actually, one birthday, one anniversary tonight. Happy 54 years to Sam and Sandra Conley. Happy anniversary today, July 19th, from a long list of family and friends. Happy 54 years to Sam and Sandra Conley. And happy birthday to Bonnie Blanton. This birthday wish coming from Joe and Tara and a host of family and friends as well. Happy birthday wishes tonight to Bonnie Blanton. Happy birthday to you. You know how the song goes. With that, announcements, including one from North McGoffin Elementary. Their site-based council has called a special session for tomorrow. That's set for 5 o'clock in the school's library. This invitation and announcement from Principal James Keith Isaac. Our McGoffin County Senior Citizens has commodities to be distributed tomorrow, noon to 3. All waiting list clients can start coming after 2, and they always need volunteers to help hand out boxes. School's out. It's summer. Moms, dads, families, take your kids down, drop them off, put them to work, put them to some good use, and they might actually have a good time doing it, and certainly feel very proud that they did. And they can provide certificates of volunteer hours to anyone who's willing to help. Water into Wine has their Senior Commodity Day tomorrow as well, 8 in the morning till 10. And remember to always keep your eye out over there at the Lakefront Church of God area for those random curbside giveaways. And Founders Day 2023 is coming along. It's going to be August the 30th through September the 2nd. If you want to be a vendor, call the Sagersville Fire Department 349-3256. Vendors for Founders Day, 349-3256. Call me, or any way you can get those birthdays, anniversaries, and announcements to me, and I will tell everyone, indeed, about them. Turning to funeral service announcements, a reminder, services start tomorrow at 1 for 76-year-old Martha Jean Phelps Conley of Sagersville, who passed away Sunday at St. Mary's, survived by her husband Ray and her daughters Christy Jones and Melissa Collins and her brother Larry Phelps and 4 grandkids and 5 great-grandchildren. Services, again, start tomorrow at 1 from the Elk Creek Free Will Baptist Church. 83-year-old Flora Witten of Parkway Hollow here in Sagersville passed away last evening at her home. Funeral services are still being arranged and will be announced soon through the Sagersville Funeral Home. 62-year-old Charles Cassidy of Elk Fork, Kentucky, passed away Monday of this week in Lexington, the son of the late Ivan and Maisie Elliott Cassidy. His sisters Nadine Elliott and Brenda Keaton and brother Denzel Cassidy all preceded him in death. He's survived by his wife, Ardeen Gamble Cassidy, daughter Melissa Sue Cassidy, son Jerry Cassidy, and his sisters Irene Elliott and Ima Jean Vest, and 2 grandchildren. Services for Charles Cassidy are incomplete, but they'll be announced soon through the Sayersville Funeral Home. And 65-year-old Melody Salyer of Berea passed away on today's date. Daughter of Astor and Phyllis Patrick Marshall. She's survived by her mother, Phyllis, her husband, Terry Salyer of Berea, son Terry Bryant Salyer, along with their children, as well as her sisters, Linda Daisy, Bonnie Puckett, Donna Wireman, and her caregiver during her illness, her niece, Dana Millen. She was preceded in death by her father, Astor Marshall, sister Carol Sue Marshall, and brother Danny Leon Marshall. A memorial service will be announced at a later date. And lastly, this asked to be read in loving memory of C.M. Gasparic, with a lot of love from brother, sister, nieces, nephew, and a host of family and friends. Coming up this Saturday, and only this Saturday, a complete liquidation auction here in Magoffin County at 108 Donnie Barnett Road, starting promptly at 9:21 a.m. This liquidation auction with no buyer's premium features a D5 dozer with about 2,000 hours, excavators, Skylift, Vibromax, hand tools, power tools, and so much more. This Saturday, 9:21 a.m., a liquidation auction at 108 Donnie Barnett Road here in Magoffin County, presented by Brent Tackett Auction Services.
Grandpa still says only one restaurant has chicken fixed just the way you like it. Famous, Crispy Plus, or barbecue dipped. Only one place has those famous big juicy chunks of breast meat called Double Dippers with their own special sauce. They got country-style fish dinners, hot and spicy wings, tater wedges, and all the goodness you can stand to eat. And oh yeah, we've still got that great corn on the cob.
Get ready for an unforgettable summer of music and entertainment at the Mountain Arts Center with Billie Jean Osborne's Kentucky Opry Summer Show. This year's show brings you 6 incredible nights of sensational performances. Summer is in the air, and so are the incredible sounds of the Kentucky Opry. Don't miss out on this must-see event. Tickets can be purchased now by calling 1-888-MAC-ARTS, stopping by the People's Bank box office, or visiting us at www.macarts.com.
2 locations, 2 ATMs, too much history, over 120 years, and just too many reasons not to trust the oldest, only banking family that exists for the sole purpose of helping your families, our friends, grow financially and securely. Lean on Sayersville National Bank for any of your home, auto, commercial, retirement, or online banking needs. And let us help you make your dreams come true.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars.
I believe in always finding a way to do what you love.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
Someone dies in the U.S. every 7 minutes from an overdose, and over half of the population gets or takes pills from a friend or relative. And about 46 million and counting are exposed to narcotics in their drinking water. So don't toss them, flush them, or leave them lying around. Safely dispose of your unneeded meds anytime at Parkway Pharmacy,
where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
Just taking a look at similar investigations in federal court cases that I have covered over the course of 20-some years. you can at least say by comparison an unusual turn of events as an Eastern Kentucky Paintsville doctor whose offices were raided, and subsequently he was charged with several counts about lying to collect health care benefits, drug distribution, and the like, was found not guilty this week by a federal jury. Last year, Dr. Loy Kusa was indicted on 5 counts of unlawful drug distribution, 2 counts of health care fraud, and as well 2 counts of lying to federal authorities in connection with getting health care benefits from Medicaid and Medicare. A long list of complaints from a federal investigation. The indictment saying that he wrote prescriptions for drugs to patients without any legitimate cause or need, and often performed tests charging for them that were not needed or necessary. The trial has been ongoing now for nearly 2 weeks, and just earlier today, that trial ended after jury deliberations, and he was found not guilty of all federal charges. Kusa had pleaded not guilty back in May, with his defense at the time being that the investigation did not result in or constitute evidence of the crimes for which he was actually indicted and brought to federal court on. And earlier today, U.S. District Judge Robert Weir returned a judgment of acquittal, with Kusa, who was out on bond, being released from all of those conditions. Now, your updated 7-day, not a whole lot to worry about tonight. Tomorrow night, we want to keep our eyes on things a little closely. Starting with the near term and current conditions, I'm not going to say that you are most definitely not going to see a light shower or two the rest of the evening. I'm just saying there are not any right now anywhere near or around the viewing area, as we see Eastern Kentucky pretty much dry and in the clear as of right now. However, in 24 hours around about that will not, I don't think, be the case most certainly. Winds, hail, and some heavy rainfall are all part of a scenario that will start to crank up into your Thursday. As for the timeline and how it all specs out, well, here we go. Your Licking Valley RACC 7-day beginning with tonight. 66 or so for nighttime lows, mostly cloudy skies continuing, and a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms, but those really aren't even until mainly after midnight when, 6 hours from now, if you're catching the early show, or 5.5, we could see some develop, but not in the next few hours at all. Mostly cloudy, and 66 again for your low tonight. Tomorrow, and for the next few days, a very consistent run daytime high-wise. 81 tomorrow. Winds for your Thursday out of the southwest, anywhere from 5 to 15 on average, unless we see some thunderstorms develop, and there is a pretty good chance that we will. New rainfall amounts during the day tomorrow, up to 1/2 of an inch, and maybe another 1/4 of an inch tomorrow night. That's just a general statement, of course, and prediction, but thunderstorms could change all of that. A 70% chance of showers and thunderstorms exist tomorrow in the morning, and pretty much on and off throughout the rest of your Thursday and into your Thursday evening. The timeline is kind of across the board right now for your tomorrow, so keep your eye on the pattern for tomorrow, kind of when you get up and get moving, as you always should do before you leave anything or anywhere in Kentucky. Check the weather. Friday, 82, still low 80s. 57 will take about 10 degrees off nighttime lows. Northwesterly winds this time on Friday, and a 20%, much lesser chance of showers and storms. Friday should be a pretty nice day, I think. We'll see mostly sunny skies, and then, like I said, a light breeze and a slight chance of some showers and thunderstorms to the tune of 20% after around 2 o'clock or so. First half of your weekend, 81, a little fog in the morning, but 81 and 56, sunny and nice. And check it out, bookends for the weekend. 83, a little fog in the morning, but otherwise sunny and clear and nice on your Sunday as well. A really nice, pretty comfortable weekend, picture perfect. Don't know the last time I said that. From there, we get back into closer to where we really should be, mid and upper 80s. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, we'll still be enjoying some sunshine, mostly just sunny skies. All the way across the board, only a 20% chance of showers and storms across the board for the first 3 days of next week, and temperatures into the 85, 86, and literally 87 degree range in that order expected right now, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. So tomorrow, definitely the dark spot, if there is going to be one in the forecast, and by the time we get through Friday, Saturday and Sunday are nice. And that's it. That's my time. Thank you for being a part of the show. I hope to see you back here tomorrow after you have, of course, tomorrow's edition of the Sagersville Independent firmly in your grasp and at least maybe a third, maybe half red. I mean, no hurry, but I hope you have one, and I hope to see you back here tomorrow. Thanks for watching and being a part of the show.